Today I'm going to show you a demo on the upper legs. On the upper legs, the hair changes directions a lot. So on the top, it typically goes down, and then on the outside, kind of out, on the inside, in. So I'm going to show you how to position your client so that you can get each area easily, as well as when you have them flip over, how the hair goes on the back and how to get that hair. I'm going to start by cleansing with just rubbing alcohol. It's always a good idea to cleanse twice, so do that after you do this cleanse. Go ahead and bend your legs up a little. I'm just gonna get the backs of her legs. I like to have my client bend their leg up. It helps keep the skin on the top of the leg nice and tight. And I'm just gonna roll my ball out. Make sure you're tangling that hair in really good so you don't have to go over the strip again. Pull fast, flick fast, let it ribbon. Let it sink in before that flick. That's gonna be what really gets the hair stuck in the sugar good. Good, and just keep going over your passes. The thicker the hair is, the more passes you want to do. If it's their first time, sometimes softer sugar doesn't pick the hair up as easily. You may need a little bit of a firmer sugar for people that have really coarse hair, or if it's their first time. And when sugar gets left behind, I just go back in and pancake it up. Tilt your leg out this way for me. The hair here still is growing in this direction, so it stops and changes direction and kind of angle up at the end of that strip where the hair changes directions. And just take the sting out. And here the hair starts to grow here. So we have an inner thigh service, which would include all of this area. So if that's something you want to add, you can add just the inner thigh. You don't want to work too far down because the hair changes directions again on the back of the leg. And she has pretty fine hair. It's on the lighter side. She's been sugaring for some time, and so her hair has gotten a little bit lighter on the upper leg area. That happens. Again, you can just turn it into your strip or scrape it off on the back or on their body and then put it into your sugar ball. And then continue working down. Perfect. All right. Next, to do the side of the outer part of the leg, I have my client roll on their side and face me because the hair starts to change direction on hair growth again. So as you can see, it starts to angle out this way. So I have them just lay on their side so that I'm able to apply up this way and flick down and across. And that is how we will get the outside of the upper leg. And you don't have to worry about going all the way around because you're going to get that when they flip over onto their belly but you can get a pretty good ways around. Just make sure that as you flick and ribbon that you follow the curve of the body with your flicks and you're not flicking straight up. So I'm just gonna work down. And as I ribbon, my other hand comes behind and is pulling tight as I work down and along the strip. And we would have already done her lower leg, so I won't need to go any lower than here because the half leg for the lower leg would include up above the knee. The upper leg, half leg, does not include the knee at our studio. Next, I'm gonna just continue by doing the same thing on the other side of the upper leg. On the back of the legs, it typically grows in, but it also can start to grow up. So pay attention to those growth patterns as you work. Pulling tight behind, letting it ribbon. On hers, I can see it's already starting to angle this way, so I'm actually gonna come down and across like this. And then here you can see that it's growing up. A lot of times I'll pull up on the butt cheek just a little, and that gives me a good angle to be able to pull the skin tight and come down, because it's really easy to get stuck right underneath the bottom. Right there. And so I'm just going to pull tight here and apply straight down. Again, just adjusting my direction based on the direction of hair growth. And one more time across the right underneath the bottom. I'm gonna pull up and get right underneath here. And it is very easy to get stuck here, so you don't want to pull, make really long sections if you're not comfortable doing that area yet, and you don't want to leave the sugar on the skin too long. You're more likely to get stuck if you do that. Next, I'm just going to cleanse the legs with some water on a rag. After you cleanse with a rag, you'll tweeze and then apply the Recover Soothing Gel, and you're all done with the legs.